Ooh, good morning, guys. So, I spent a while and got it done. So, I got the footage on the thumb drives. So, this is 128 gigabytes of storage on each of these. One for Clint, one for Lisa. So, I got the footage. However, one of these that I had footage on, so I thought a full card did not record. So the card is actually bad. I went back in, I've tried to format this disc several times. This chip did not format, and it stored no footage, so I lost a good bit of footage. This is 128 gigabytes, I believe. Let me see. Can't tell. I can't see it. I'll be able to zoom in on this later, but I think that was 128 gigabytes of storage, and that's no good. So that was a decent amount of storage that is not there. Or decent amount of footage that is no longer. So anyway, I got all my files together and compiled and different things all together, which I can understand a lot of people. Here's a quick shortcut if you ever want to copy files or copy anything. So even in crypto, so Control A is select all. Then Control C is to copy, and then Control V is to paste. Control V is in Victor. So Control A is select all, then Control C is to copy, and then Control V is to paste. However, I will say Windows 11 is way different than even Windows 10. I mean, this is going to be interesting for someone like, say, my mother, who I have to walk through, like, whether it's Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, it doesn't matter. I have to walk them completely through it. Well, here on Windows 11, the start menu is not all the way at the bottom on the left. The start menu is on the taskbar in the middle of the screen. And I don't know, even with the screen enlarged, it's totally different. But here again, for the blind, we're used to just using the Windows key in between Control and Alt. So the Windows key is between Control and Alt. So, and for, even now the cool thing is you don't have to enable other things to work, like for assistive technology to work. You can just walk up to any Windows keyboard and you just press and hold the Windows key, and then the plus, and then the magnifier will automatically begin magnifying. So you don't have to wait for anything. Now we can just walk up to any keyboard and just press and hold the Windows key and plus, and then it will enlarge to however many hundreds of percent that you need in order to view the screen. So you press the Windows key, the plus, or the minus. So on your keypad, on your number pad, right? So anyway, little tip there for you. Even if you're just visually impaired wearing reading glasses, this works. So it will enlarge the screen. It doesn't change anything else. So just a useful, helpful tool. So got all that together. The different disk drives, look, I just wiped them all clean, and I'm going to just use them basically as thumb drives. just as a data dump to be able to store footage onto, that kind of stuff, or to be able to move footage around. So to be able to take these micro SD cards and to then be able to, I guess, use a laptop, because the device that they used to make I can't find, but to borrow someone's laptop and then just transfer them over to a hard disk drive, not a mechanical, a solid state drive. Do that to be able to have the ability to do that at different events, to be able to keep recording, I think will be awesome. So yeah, we're gonna go for that. Except with the GoPro, right? I was doing something, and now I misplaced the batteries, as well as I misplaced the side door, which covers the battery and the micro SD card. I'm not sure what I did with it yet. I know I'll find it. I'll probably step on the damn thing. These feet can find anything, right? But yeah, I found the other 2 batteries. So I have 3 batteries for the GoPro. Ow. And but yeah, that side door, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to dip that in the hot tub. That was the waterproof thing for the side, the battery cover and all. So I ordered another one off of Amazon, but it's not the waterproof version. It's the one that allows for the charging cable to just plug in, so through the door. So that's not the waterproof version. Anyway, yeah. A little later on today, this afternoon, the contractors are gonna come back by to go over the air conditioner mounts. Like I said before, someone in the area has got to work for code enforcement. They just have to. I mean, I've never been scrutinized like this ever. So, where every little thing they want sign off and this and that, and I mean, the permits alone were just crazy. So, now I have to provide a workspace for a technician to be able to stand on. I guess a ladder is not good enough. Whatever. So now I'm curious to see what this is going to entail. Because I've already put the drywall back up on the wall inside of the house with new insulation and the, what do you call that? The sheathing of the house. Behind the brick, then you have the sheathing for the water to travel down in case it rains. So I put more of that, waterproofed it, and then did the insulation, then the drywall. And now all of that may have to come back out again. So, and on the tenant's side, right? So, which, I mean, I can understand. They don't know how anything works. All they see is, oh, it's not painted. It's like, why do you want it painted when I'm going to have to gut the wall back out, you know? I know you don't understand that, but, you know, all the drywall is going to have to come back off again. I mean, it's stupid. You know, as far as like, you know, painting part of the, or caulking up the door trim, the door casing to the drywall, and then painting all of that and having a nice finished product. You know, they're like, well, you know, even finish the. It's like, I can't. Why am I gonna do this 5 times for what? To make you happy? For busy work, right? No. I mean, which, look, I'm still grandfathering them in at the old rent, you know. Everyone else's rent in the area is $1,800 to $2,000 a month. I grandfathered my tenants in at $1,300 a month. So they're not paying $1 more than what they used to. In fact, I actually split the payments up on the 1st and the 15th for them. So I never had any help like that when I was renting from anyone. So, but, you know, nice people. So, just, they don't, I mean, I can understand it. You know, a lot of people, that's why they rent. They don't know how to do anything. So, but, you know, sometimes I question if there's a language barrier there, which I don't really think there is. I know at times there is, but, you know, as far as not understanding that other things are about to happen, that's why it's not a finished product yet. So, like I said, you want me to do it 4 or 5 times? For what? You know? So, anywho. Let's see. What else is about to go down? I'm about to get other equipment in today, which I'll begin experimenting with. So that way then maybe we can have a show, right? It's basically a switchboard. To be able to do other things, to be able to send links out to other people. You know, come on, say what you got to say, and let's rock with this. So, different thoughts in crypto, different thoughts within the disabled community, different thoughts within the blind community. I think that this would be kind of cool. So, why not? So, let's see. Not much else really going on. Yeah, the cables, none of this stuff worked. None of this worked. So trying to get the cables to connect, right? Whatever. Oh, and looking about, right, of the crypto market. So let me see. I've got to enlarge this. Now, with Theta, the T-fuel of the Guardian node, right now, just in, I'm going to have to look at the dates. I don't have my sheet near me. So far, I'm at 201 T-fuel earned. So, on the Guardian node. So if that's the case, then I'm going to be looking at upwards of over, I would say, 1,000, between 800 and 1,000 T-fuel per month earned from the Guardian node. So that would be kind of cool. Now, as far as the Edge node that I'm running, staking the T-fuel and all, I'm at 0.656, which I have to wait until the beginning of every month for a payout. And based upon other people's calculations that I viewed, I should get about 1,000 T-fuel per month, is what I figure from that as well. So, am I about to be earning 2,000 T-fuel per month? I mean, that would be super cool. Yeah, because the persistence. Oh, that's large. The persistence, as well as the Elrond, the E-Gold, Elrond Max for the Maiar exchange. You know, the value of the token and the coin have both gone down so much, where it doesn't seem as though I'm earning the same amount, but yet I am. So when the prices return, it will be the same as me still earning like $125 a day. So when those values return, so right now I may go ahead and try to put another limit buy order in on eGold Elrond. I don't know. I'm also looking at persistence because I earn 35% yield on persistence. And that's just off the top. That's not even providing liquidity, which I still have not figured out how to do just yet. Everyone says, oh, just you go to P-Stake and then through Sushi Swap and all of this. Look, that's great. I haven't figured all that out yet. So that's kind of where I'm at. But as far as the rate of return, the yield, to have that kind of income, okay, which I'm not spending, I'm only compounding all of this. And this is not my normal crypto portfolio. And this is not my including other funds that I have ready to go into the market, but not just yet. So I kind of planned ahead for a bear market, for the next bear market. However, my dollar cost average is going to remain the same. So between 900 and 1,000 a month going into crypto. But I do have funds on the sidelines ready to pounce if that moment arises. So yeah. But with the Theta fuel, wow, dude. If I could have that, so let's figure this up, right? So what was that? 2,000 T fuel per month times, let's just say, an average of 50 cents. So that would be $1,000, right? 2,000 times 50 cents, yeah. It's $1,000 a month. In addition to the roughly 125 I was getting on persistence and Elrond. Let's see. Or 125 a day. Alexa, 125 times 30.
125 times 30 is 3,750.
So 3,750. Hold on. So let's see, 1,000 a month would be 12,000 a year. Alexa, 125 times 365.
125 times 365 is 45,625.
Alexa, 45,000 plus 12,000.
45,000 plus 12,000 is 57,000.
So $57,000 a year is what I'm currently earning just in crypto. And to be able to compound that daily back into crypto. So not just interest accruing monthly or annually. This is compounding daily in crypto. So Alexa, 57,000 divided by 365.
57,000 divided by 365 is approximately 156.1644.
It's $156 a day. And that's at current. That's without... Well, that's with the market dip. Okay, so basically from a couple weeks ago. However, what will this be worth in a few years? Like, let's say during the next bull market, right? So in addition to that 57, I'm adding an additional 12,000 per year to that. However, that's going into, I would say, that's just my crypto dollar cost average annual. Aside from the compounding. So 57 and 12 would be 69,000. So basically it's like I'm saving and investing $69,000 a year in the crypto. And like I said, during the next cycle, what is this going to be worth? I don't know. I would say more than what it is, right? But let's just take that. Let's just say 60. Let's just say 50,000 times 5 years. That's $250,000, $250,000 in 5 years. And that's just if the market just goes sideways. And that's not compounding yield. That's just what I have being reinvested. So, yeah. This is about to get fun. Because for so long, I did crypto just, the little part-time job that I got, I put every dollar of that into crypto. So every dollar earned went straight into crypto. I didn't need those funds to live on. So I could afford to invest 100% of that. And I did. As well as the other like $400 or $500 a month that I had left over after all my bills, with Social Security disability. So that other $400 or $500 plus the anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a month from this little part-time job, and I did that for 5 years, dude. And that went into crypto, all of it. So yeah, I did all right. I learned a lot of hard lessons, I'll say it that way, like by investing in projects with no working product, investing in hype. This latest YouTuber said this and said that, so I dove in and jumped on it. Lost it all. So, lost it all of those investments, right? Everything else worked out great. Which is why I still lean on the side of diversity. So to have a diversified portfolio going into this, not all into one coin. Because if that one thing fails, there went 5 years of my life, right? And here again, being disabled, being blind, what other option did I have, right? What other options are out there? What business can you start right now and do this, where you don't have to worry about the overhead, where you don't have to worry about having workman's comp insurance and property and casualty insurance to cover all of this, and if this, then that, and all the legal garbage, and then if anything ever did happen, then you're summoned to court. You have to go to court all the time. There's no business out there at the moment that I'm really interested in, unless it's just like online sales and stuff like that, or like this with YouTube and all. But this isn't a business yet. This is me just learning how to do this kind of stuff. That's all. So we'll see. In time, if it works out, it works out. But right now, it's just fun. So crypto has enabled me to be able to do many things. So it was not overnight. I mean, to some it was, but for me it wasn't. It's just to think that I'm going to put $5,000 into something and then have the unrealistic goals of within a year of having $1 million, you know, yes, it has happened. So it just, but here again, what other investment are you going to do, right? So, I mean, for years, all we had being disabled was just gold and silver, you know, and platinum and palladium, just different metals, and cash under the mattress. But I mean, after you buy, like I would invest anywhere from, I see a 10-gram gold bar at like $450, because that's what I would buy like every month. Either that or I would buy like 2 5-gram gold bars every month. And that was all that I had to invest. But guess what? I still have that. My thing is, though, okay, let's say we put 5,000 in the metals, right? Well, that 5,000 in the metals has really just gone sideways, went up a little bit, right? I mean, an ounce of gold went from like $1,200 or $1,300 to now like $1,800, $1,900 an ounce, just say, in that ballpark, right? So yeah, that did all right. But I mean, in that same time frame, let's say that $1,300, right? That 1 ounce of gold. That 1 ounce of gold at $1,300. At that time, I remember buying Bitcoin for $200. Alexa, 1,300 divided by 200.
1,300 divided by 200 is 6.5.
6.5 Bitcoin for the same 1 ounce of gold. Wow. So you went from $1,300 to $1,900 for that 1 ounce of gold, while this other investment went from $200 to $70,000. Now it's worth what, $35,000, something like that. So what? What other asset has done anything like this? So, and more than just Bitcoin, right? So there's so many others out there, you know, that did extremely well. I mean, look at Ethereum. I was buying Ethereum between $7 and $11 the week after the Dow hack. So, and then Ethereum went to like 1,500, something like that. No, my bad. Well, that was during the last bull market. This bull market, it went to like over 4,000. So, and I paid like $7 to $11 for Ethereum. It's just the ability to invest these funds into an asset, to have the ability to just hold that asset through the ups, through the downs. Having the freedom, the ability to do that, to wait for my price targets to hit. Why? I don't understand why the impatience of being scared out of the market when it's a numbers game. A dollar cost average over time, you can lower your entry points into that asset. And then when those numbers hit and go crazy, you know, I think it's crazy not to take profit when excuse me, like when they just jump up and go crazy. Name any asset that has done a 10x within 4 years. What else has gone up 10 times? Other than any other crypto. Because most crypto did go up a 10x. Some went up 40, 50, 100x. So for every $1,000 you invested, you got back 50,000. Or for every 1,000 invested, you got back 100,000. That happened this go around in several assets. Look at what happened, like with Theta. Look at what happened with Cardano. Look at what happened even in Digibyte. So I bought Digibyte at 0.0035. Digibyte went up to what, 16, 18 cents? That's a nice rate of return. So, to know what you hold is a limited supply asset. When the prices dip and go on sale, I don't understand why the fear. Nothing changed in it other than these talking heads come out and scare everyone, and then different other people come out, or China and India and Russia, and try to scare the market so they can buy more. So their friends who own these major corporations can buy more. It's the next system, and when things finally come about, they're going to try to sell it to you for a premium. Just because we're... I would much rather be 10 minutes early than 1 second late to this. That's just me. So, what is this actually going to do as the next system? Once you realize how much money there is, not just in US dollars, but across the world, that's going to be flowing through cryptocurrency. But let's just take the US dollar. How many dollars are there? I don't think we really know. Just like how many ounces of gold are there? They'll say it's only 200,000 ounces. There's no way. Gold's been mined since the dawn of man, right? We don't know how many ounces there are. We still don't know where Yamashita's gold is, really? I mean, really, we don't know what's at the bottom of the Atlantic, no, or in the Gulf of Mexico, just from trade ships from the Caribbean. We have no clue what is still out there. So how can we put an action? And then we turn on like these TV shows like Gold Rush, and here's Parker averaging 1,000 ounces a week. Or, different other people getting, 1,000 ounces of gold out of the Klondike. Really? What do you think the Chinese mine? And the Chinese are in every other nation. China mine. So, look at Australia. I mean, Perth. Really? How many ounces you think ever came out of Perth? We don't know how many ounces there are. So, to try to and to have it authenticated, right? So, not just with an assay card, but to not just counterfeited, but with blockchain, with crypto. You can't replicate it. You can't create more. It is a known fixed supply. That's the beauty of it. And the other beauty is I can memorize a few words and my funds are global. So I don't have to worry about governments seizing a 10-ounce bar of gold if I choose to walk across the border and come back. So anything over $10,000, they just seize that. So, I can travel anywhere in the world and I have access to funds. So, I own gold, I own silver, I own other assets. And I'm not saying to be bipolar in only crypto and bipolar in only metals. It's and bipolar in only one crypto. No. Many things are going to work together, and it's not just one and no other. So, but anyway, right? What do I know? I'm just a blind dude who did it. But man, to really sit back and try to take it all in from where I was in 2011 when this whole road began for me. That's when I went blind, was 2011. 2010, I was married to my job. I was a debt slave. Every dollar I earned went to pay off debt. Lived way above my means. Corvette, Harley Davidson, boat, camper, 3 cars. It's like all of that just, it's like, wow, dude. But yet, had I had done crypto in 2011, right? Now, I remember Bitcoin in 2011. I could not figure out how to paste my wallet address in the code for payouts. And then I went blind, and then I had other things to deal with. And then I went to a camp for the blind to learn how to use a computer without a mouse or a monitor. That opened me back up to the internet. And that opened me up to finding crypto in 2014. But yeah, since then, wow. I looked at this really as another vehicle like gold and silver. With the intention of me putting $5,000 in, and in 3 years it would still be worth $5,000, or 5 years it would still be worth $5,000. I had no idea what I was doing was gonna just go crazy, but I was not prepared for any of it. But as far as what to do, everyone says, oh, if I did this, then I could, if I got these amount of returns. I forget who said it, but they said that very correctly, in that more money, more problems. More money, more problems, right? So whoever that was spot on, because it's like all of a sudden things just changed. And problems came out of the wazoo. So, and then trying to figure out what to do, how to do those things, how to protect myself. So after going through all of that, it's like, there's no one else out here talking about any of this for the disabled. So why not? Let's give this a shot. Somebody's got to be able to tell their story in what they did and how they did it. So I guess that's my purpose, right? Tell y'all what I did and how I went about doing it. So, it's like being scared out of these markets because of a price dip. Try to view it as more of an opportunity to buy more. at a lower price. Because a year or 2 years from now, the value could do anything. Like I said, imagine putting $1,000 into a crypto, and then it 100x'd. Then suddenly you got $100,000 off of that $1,000 investment. Well, that's kind of what just happened with like several. So so one day I hope that many of you get to experience that. But to not only experience that, but then to have the knowledge to know what to do once you get those kind of funds. Because when it's just on a screen and you see those numbers on a screen, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But you know what? The moment you go to transfer that into your bank account to then pay your house off or your car off or whatever, the credit cards, right? To put something away for your child to be able to go to college, whatever it is, right? Something major like that. Once you go to move those funds back into your checking account to do things like that, all of your benefits will be at risk the moment they figure out any of that. So that's why I had to do what I had to do. That's why I went in search of the answers. I'm trying to figure out what this diesel truck is doing. They might be bringing another dumpster. I don't know. The house across the street sold for double my offer. I think they're just going to gut the place and then try to salvage whatever they can and then sell the property. I don't know. I don't get it. It got to be a government deal. But anyway, just a morning coffee edition, I guess, you know. Just looking back on where I came from and what I've been able to achieve and the types of things that are attainable by investing in crypto and the different things that it can do for you if you let it, if you can keep your emotions in check and look at this logically, not as far as letting other things affect your not letting things affect the way that you invest, right? But by sticking to your plan, figure out your plan, what you can afford every month, even if that's $100 a month. It doesn't matter. That's up to you. Like for me, I still have a dollar cost average going in every month. That's not going to change for me. That is just what I have available to do. Because what else am I going to put money into? What else am I going to go buy? A new blender, a toaster oven, a microwave. That's what I want. I want a new microwave. No, I've already got all of that. You know, I want a Snuggie. I never got a Snuggie. No, I have a robe. I don't have a Snuggie, right? So But, you know, to know that we have the ability to not have to worry about trying to invent a new Snoogie. We don't have to invent and put that amount of capital into an invention, into building something. I mean, you can. You still can. But not everyone has the ability to do that. With this, the cost of entry is so low. So what else is there out there? Nothing. There's nothing else out there like this. So with what you're able to do in crypto, to be able to have other plans, you know, after the moon. So once the moon happens for you, that's great. Now what? You know, like that woman said to me a while back, you know, all I got to do is find a rich man. Okay, then what? Then what? I mean, really, then what? Because you found one. Okay. Congratulations. That don't mean it's yours, does it? So, but to have other plans as far as when your numbers trigger, to know what you would do with those kind of funds. So like I said, if you put 1,000 in and you got 100,000 back, or you put 5,000 in and you get 500,000 back, do you know what steps you're gonna do? What you need to do first, second, and third. Those are the kind of things that I would hope that you're thinking of, because that's the way it happened for me. So it was pretty quick. It was faster than what I thought. It happened much quicker than what I thought. So, and when it happened, there was no help. I didn't know what to do. So I had to go in search of the answers. So, and hopefully this works out for you too. So far I've done it twice. So to go from nothing, to go from laying in bed during eye surgeries, when you realize that crying doesn't help anything, when you realize there's nothing else, when it's like, what can I do? My degree is in this. Now what? What can I do? I'm laying here in bed, basically envisioning Metallica 1, right? And it's like, now what? What do I do? And how can I invest? And how can I, with what little that I get, what can I invest in? What can I do? And that's where I began. To go from that to where I am now. So anyway, just wanted to leave you with that, right? Because it can happen so fast. And it did. And then looking back, a year feels like 5. It's like dog years. To be in crypto is like dog years. So for every year in crypto, it's like you live 7-8 years. And that's what it feels like. Because I began in 2011. So let's see, that's That's 10 years, going on my 11th year. So yeah, I'm 70 years old in this damn market. Wow. Dog years. But yeah, I wanted to leave you with that. Let you know that, you know, I once had it all. And then blindness kicked in. And then I lost it all. Had nothing. And after a lot of research, diving into monetary policy and the Federal Reserve and all of this, and Mike Maloney, how the hidden secrets of money and all of this, and then finding crypto, because all I had was a big screen TV. All I had was a big screen TV and a Blu-ray player. No, at the time I didn't even have the Blu-ray player. It was a regular DVD player with the smart apps on it, and I had YouTube, and I cut my costs to nothing. I couldn't afford cable TV. I couldn't afford a regular telephone. I cut my costs to nothing. But YouTube was free. And it was a search engine where I could go in search of many different answers. However, I was not able to speak to these other influencers. These other people on YouTube. I was not able to speak to them until years later, after going to the camp and learning how to use a computer. And this is now my second smartphone ever. My second. A lot of y'all just went, huh? Yeah. Yeah, back in 2011, remember BlackBerry? Yeah. Yeah. That's how long ago that was. So this was a heck of a learning curve just for me. So, but man, from where all this began, right, to now. You know, it's overwhelming at times to really sit here and think about it, that, you know, I actually did it. I actually did this. You know? So, one day, I hope that for all of you. So, but for now, look, I gotta stop. I gotta go. Anyway, I hope y'all do well. Go make it a day. Later. Once I find my mouse.